Shackelford leads the Kentucky Derby field into the far turn. He's in front by a length and a half. Kama to the top on the outside is second. Decisive Moment is third at the rail. Hance on Fire is right there in fourth. There goes Nero. Nero is moving now on the far outside. He's moving quickly after Shackelford. It's Shackelford on the far outside. Nero. Kama to the top between them. Hance on Fire is there. Mucho Macho Man is fifth. Then Animal Kingdom. Nothing yet from Dial Day. He still has about 15 horses to pass. They're into the stretch. And it's Shackelford with the rail. And Nero on the outside. These two Animal Kingdom roaring down the center of the track. Here comes Animal Kingdom in the middle of the racetrack to grab the lead. And then it's Nero and Shackelford. But it's Animal Kingdom and John Velasquez to win the Derby.
Animal Kingdom, winner of the 2011 Kentucky Derby. What a performance he had there. And you go on to have an illustrious career as well. Won the Jeff Ruby Stakes at the time, actually the Vinery Racing Spiral Stakes, what it was known as. But the Jeff Ruby winners, how they've done in the Kentucky Derby, you can see there, Two Phils almost won in 2023, finished second. I can still hear my mother-in-law screaming that horse, trying to get him home, because that was her bet that year.
Yeah, Two Phils, Animal Kingdom, we saw that replay. He won it in 2011. Hard Spun, dating back. Perfect Drip. Perfect Drip was a terrific racehorse. Little E.T., Summer Squaw. And, we'll call it sneaky. The Jeff Ruby Stakes has been sneaky producing some very good runners moving on to Churchill.
Yeah, including Rich Strike, was not winning, not even close to winning the Jeff Ruby, but got the Dream Pace set up there in his Kentucky Derby victory. Here's a look at the field for this year's edition. 100 points to the winner, 50 points to second. If you have 0 points coming into the Jeff Ruby, a top two finish will all but guarantee you a spot in the starting gate. A couple horses are going to take a lot of attention. Faced each other last time out. California Burrito, my pick in the Battaglia Memorial. Probably not going to get 7-2 like I did that day. He and Baby Max really threw it down in this event, made for an exciting finish.
Yeah, and California Burrito was prominent from the get-go. He won that previous optional claimer back on January 24th on the front end. He earned a career best new figure. You figured they were going to try the same tactics, which they did, and it worked out. It was a pretty good duel. Moncada was aboard. He's been aboard, and he grinds out a win by half a length. They were well clear of the rest. It really elevated their numbers, both of their numbers, to a new career top high.
I remember after the race, Matt Carruthers asking Aaron Haberman, the co-owner, what is a California Burrito? I'm screaming at the TV because I know it's one of my favorite orders. It's carne asada and French fries and avocado.
Fries, yes.
It sounds interesting. Maybe it sounds gross. Trust me. I think it's great. You're not a big avocado guy.
No, but I'm more of the traditional guy. Give me the traditional burrito. They'll make it California just by adding the fries in there.
Well, nothing traditional about this hairstyle. Flying Mohawk, the 5, I think, is a real interesting player in here. And for Whit Beckman, this horse has 5 starts on turf. Here's the most recent run, the horse's 3-year-old debut at the fairgrounds, and had to really work out a trip, was last by over 8 lengths at one point, and came flying to win by over 2. Now, as the son of Caraconti, he produces strong synthetic route numbers, 15%. The Dam Sire's Twirling Candy. Whenever I'm handicapping Turfway Park, if I see a horse has Twirling Candy somewhere in the pedigree, you're making my ticket. You might be 50-1, 80-1.
I don't care.
Twirling Candies love that synthetic source.
And also, from the months that we've been working together, picking up the beginning meat of the, of the season there at Turfway, we said routers on the turf with closing kicks have been translating extremely well over the synthetic at Turfway, and this angle fits here for Flying Mohawk.
And there's a lot of speed, a lot of sizzle signed on in the Jeff Ruby Stakes, which is part of a huge race card at Turfway Park. Starting with race 7, the Latonia, the Rushaway, the Animal Kingdom, the Kentucky Cup Classic for the older horses, and race 11, the Bourbonnette Oaks, itself a 100-point prep for the Kentucky Oaks. And plenty of good racing betting action at Turfway Park this Saturday. And that means we're going to have Matt Carruthers back there. Matt was bundled up with, I think, 5 or 6 layers on for Battaglia Memorial. I think he's looking forward to being slightly warmer on March 22nd.
Yeah.